when you think about, and like this is the part that I think you'll need to do like some ideation, right? It's like, okay, what are the parts of like personal finance? For example, let's just like take the example of like, okay, like within personal finance, it's like super duper broad, right? Super broad. You basically want to narrow it down to like, hey, what is the one problem that you're solving for people, right? You basically want to like narrow it down. Let's say like within personal finance, you're like budgeting, right? That's like a big problem within your audience. Or like, yeah, let's say we're gonna do budgeting, right? So like within budgeting, like what are the different chapters? And then we got to figure out the title for this, right? So it's like, hey, like how to budget, right? And then like what are the chapters, right? There's going to be an introduction. There's going to be an introduction to budgeting, right? The 4 ways to budget, let's say. And then like I will just want to start with this, and then I'll get Claude to expand on this for me. Do this, right? I'll just get Claude to expand on this for me. Okay, expand on 7 chapters that I could have for my budgeting book, as well as different angles that I can take for the title of this book. Right, title of the book is like super duper important, because that's what people always reference. So you want to make sure that the title of the book is good. Right, know where you stand. I think this is like pretty good. So I'll just do like know where you stand. Or like even like budgeting made simple. Budgeting made simple is a little too much. I think it's like you want to think about like specific angle for yourself. But like, let's say it's like budgeting made simple, or like, you know, budgeting for girls made simple, right? Let's say like I want to do this title, right? This is also not as broad, where it's like, you know, more specific, like you're specifically calling out who the audience is. So I want to do this title, like give me the chapters of this ebook. Okay, and then we'll just want to define what are like the main things that we talk about here. Make it stick and globe your finances. Okay, so I want the chapters to be very actionable, right? I want to structure each chapter to be one, it starts with a story, with a personal story. What is the lesson from the story? Main teaching / theory, how to apply. Starts with a personal or fictional story / anecdote, right? How to apply to their life, right? Let's break each of these down even further, right? So then just like this, I'm like slowly developing the outline here. So let's see what this comes up with. And then, yeah, once we have the outline here, the next step that we will want to do is to start researching these chapters, right? So when we research the chapter, it's basically like, hey, you are a researcher for this chapter title, this book type, in this time period of setting, and then like, and then it will run like each of these specific research queries, right? And then it'll return a chapter research brief, right? So it'll go out and do like specific research on this. And like you can do this inside of like ChatGPT or inside of Claude. right? This is made to be like super simple, where you can like do it in like all of these different separate queries. But if you really wanted to, like, and you were a bit more advanced in terms of like AI, this can be like fully automated, where you're like, hey, like I'm gonna run like eight different separate research agents, and then each agent like goes out and researches each chapter, right, until it gives you back like a full workflow. But you know, in this specific case, like let's say we are just doing it one by one. Like I'm going to show you how to do it manual way, and then also like the more automated way too. Right. So over here we have these. Bang, we have like story, lesson, teaching, application. Right. No, I meant that I wanted to go with these chapters. These chapters. But within each of them should be the structure I proposed of the 4 parts. There you go. So over here, let's just make sure this is good. Story, listen, teaching, application. Story, listen, teaching, application. 2 friends with near identical incomes. Right. I think like the story is like not so great here. For the story, if we can take some sort of historical niche anecdote for each of these, I think it would illustrate it better with real people, not hypothetical people, right? Because like when you see like these stories, it's usually like when you read like a good book, it's usually some sort of like a real story. So I want to make sure that these are like real stories. So you can see over here, I'm just like refining it like bit by bit. Honestly, like this outlining part is the most important, because like once we have the outline and like, okay, we give it like the general direction, it will be pretty easy to put this together. Like basically like the rest of the research agent just does like the full part of it, right?